Okay, I'll tell you about this meetup group. It's a community forum where we are discussing more into the big data, Hadoop, data science, all other end-to-end tools in the data science platform, majorly onto the big data and Hadoop, Tableau, machine learning, most other things will become. So this big data Chennai chapter is a chapter is started almost 4 years back. So it started in 2013. Officially, it was started in the 2014. Okay, so we have around here around 3,300 members. We have in the across the Chennai chapter itself, uh, who are working in the top level companies like TCS, Cognizant, many mid-level companies, colleges. Many people are gathered together on this particular technology who are already part of this particular technology. Also, somebody want to transform their knowledge into this Hadoop technologies. Okay, because the data science field it's very rapidly growing, and then the next 10 years this field is going to rock. The IT is transforming in a three major direction. One is the automation side, and second one is the data science side, and third one is the DevOps side, and there is agile methodology also. It is rapidly growing. So these directions only this IT shifting. So the IT demand and IT market. So after 5 years down the line, so there is no need of the manual programming or manual testing. So it's everything should need be automated way of ALM programming or TDD programming. Everything will be in automated way. So similar way, the application development also it is shifting towards on the data analytical field. So data analytical field is one of the vast field which is being across the global now. It is grown, and then India it is growing now. It is next to 2 years to 3 years. This data science, machine learning, Hadoop, and then there are Spark. These are the field it is going to grow in a rapid manner. Okay, Elasticsearch, Kibana, so many things are happening on that area. So people try to understand how the IT is transforming. Based on that, you plan your career life, you plan your knowledge enrichment, all those things. Okay, so whatever the stuffs you want to share, you can share in the community forum. So it is a group of people that together, and then they will share the knowledge. You can share the knowledge. This is a community forum started for that purpose. Okay. So also we have a big data chapter. So this is a big data chapter actually. So this chapter is having the many people they're joining together, and then there are so many things are there. There is a forum is there. There is a project management is there. Event management is there. Group management is there. So many things are can be possible. There is chart window is there. People can chart within a group. So many things. Books can be shared here. Knowledge can be shared here. Knowledge can be searched over here. So this is a community forum chapter which has been created in this year of 2017 we have launched in the Anna University. Okay, so this try to register yourself and then create your group, and then you have to transform your knowledge based on your organization, based on your public group, and then whatever the subject knowledge you are interested, you can just share your knowledge or upload your content, share with other people. Similar way, this community need to grow, and then there are many people are sharing on the knowledge also and getting the knowledge also. So that's where you have to focus on the big data chapter. And then we have one more website is called bigdatacertification.in, which is for the dedicated for the training related activities who dedicatedly want to transform their knowledge into this particular field. So this particular thing is a social knowledge management. So we have a many technology trainings are happening. It's a private training, so you can many people they are joining, and we have provided corporate level training also. We are providing community training also. So based on that, anybody is required for this kind of trainings, take this kind of trainings from this big data certification because this is not like a training institute the way it will run. So it will be a kind of a technology expert who are in this particular field, almost last 5 years, 10 years on this particular field. They will provide the hands-on related stuff training. Okay, this kind of trainings expert connect will not get from any other place. So these experts will be connected from the many other locations across the countries, across the India, from Delhi, Pune, US and Europe, and other countries people will come and present you, and then they will train you on this particular latest technology, what is happening on this trend. Okay, so that's a overall view. I just want to provide the what's happening over there. So now we'll move back to the our today original topic. Today we are going to discuss about data science. Okay, it's one of the interesting subject, and then it is a very required and very important subject to understand. We'll deeply understand about this for next 1 hour of time, and then based on that, you have any question, just post me. And after that, there is a expert is going to connect for the Tabelau from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. They're going to transform the knowledge on the subject knowledge on the certain kind of Tableau on this particular field. Okay, on the webinar based. It's not a full-fledged training, but it's a webinar based. You can able to understand high level. Okay, so this big data meetup, it's every week it is happening. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, it is happening on this particular meetup webinar. So any people if you want to join, can just join over there. You can also present your own topic on this particular field. Also, you can present it over there. This particular meetups are running last 4 years. There are so many webinars we have conducted, and those videos you can able to find it over there on the YouTube channels. So you can just go to the YouTube channel, and then you can go for a big data Chennai chapter. What are the stuffs are happening over there? Watch over there. So in this big data Chennai chapter, you can able to understand all the videos which are the things are happened. Those videos also you can watch over. These are knowledge enrichments you can watch over, but it will be a high level information. But if anybody want a full-fledged training, you can go and register yourself on the big data registration. So last time we conducted how to do the step-by-step on the cloud RAS certification. Okay, so those kind of videos you can watch over and enrich your knowledge on this particular stuff. Okay, so now let's focus on data science. That is our ultimate agenda for next half an hour to 1 hour. Let's understand about that. Fine. So today agenda, we are going to discuss about data science, data scientist, and then data analyst, and then what are the stuffs are happening on the data science fields, and then you need to understand about the data visualization, and then Tableau. These are the topics only. It is agenda for today. Okay, so let's need to understand what is the data science. Okay, data science is a combination of certain field. Okay, it's a combination of multiple fields. Data science is purely related to data business. It's a data activities or information processing. It is a combination of data science, machine learning, mathematics. I'll just mute everyone. Okay. So this data science is combination of one second, something. Okay, I have unmuted. I have muted everyone. So during at a certain stage later, I'll just unmute you. So this data science field, you have to understand there are combination of many fields. It's computer science, machine learning, data processing, mathematics, domain expertise, and statistical research. These kind of fields which is need to be combination. All this field need to be touched. Okay, so let's understand about the data science field. See, if you're the next diagram, what we are seeing here, you can able to see what are the combination of field we have to work it out on the data science field. It is majorly you have to work it out on the statistical, mathematics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data visualization, data modeling, big data solutioning, data analytical. So these are the part will be come into a picture over there when you become a data science field. Data science is one of the field, Under that, there are data analysts are there, data scientists are there, big data Hadoop developers are there. There are totally different field is there, different technology, different model is there. So data science is across all the high level. This is a major field. Even big data is coming under the data field, data science field. Okay, big data is a separate platform, even though it's a separate platform. So the data science, which is going to process your data in a different way. Okay, so other than this, what are the other topics we are going to discuss today? Is about data visualization. Okay, how the data visualizations are happening in the industry. What are the visualization tools are available? Sorry, I need to remove Ramesh Kumar because keep joining and then unmuting. Okay, I'm just dismiss.
Okay, I'll just mail for.
Guys, please, if you're planning to attend this webinar, please sit in a comfortable position, focus on the learnings. Okay, so we are providing with a lot of hard work and then a lot of effort we are putting for this community on this knowledge sharing. Okay, try to utilize in the proper way. And also, when some people are joining on the WhatsApp group, please ensure that are you the right person to join on this particular WhatsApp group. These groups are not an entertainment group. People just for namesake don't join over there on WhatsApp group or the meetup group or whatever this stuff. You have to, if you're joined on the WhatsApp group, you have to be honored to the other people's time, effort, and everything, right? Simply, it's not like an entertainment group to joining one day and then just leaving without any message, just leaving. It's not a right way of communication also, okay? It will demotivate everyone, okay? If you're really interested, you take one time, just move out of this WhatsApp group. It's no issues, but there is a time is there. Some people just joining for 1 hour before, and then they are just leaving after 30 minutes. I don't know what is the purpose they have to join within 30 minutes and then they are leaving. Understand what is all about this group, what are the various different groups are happening, what are the informations we are sharing, what are the information you can able to share. It is not only that money content is need to share all the information. You can share your topic, you can share your knowledge to the community. By the way, you can able to learn many new things. Okay, fine. So let's focus on the data visualization and Tableau today. First thing, so you might be aware of Hadoop, right? So Hadoop is one of the major big data tool. Is it anything related to data science or data science field, or big data is a separate field? Data visualization is a separate field. What is the way you have to understand? Okay, you need to understand now the big picture. Okay, the big picture we have to come into. There are based on the big data. Okay, so if you understand about the big data landscape, then only you can able to understand what we are trying to talk. Okay, so here I'm just showcasing a diagram where all the analytical tools, what are the tools are available in the big data field. Okay, so today we are going to focus more onto the analytical field. Under the analytical field, data science platform, then visualization platform. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Guys, I'm just unmuting. If any questions you can ask. Okay, this is a big data landscape where each and every particular field of science, you can able to see what are the data science tools are available. You have to just type in the Google as a big data landscape. You'll get all the tools. The Hadoop environments will come into picture of the framework. These are the framework in the big data picture. Okay, and then for data access, you will use the HBase, you will have a big hive, all those things, and then the Spark will be used in the real-time manner, and then machine learning software will be used. There are many other tools are available in these particular platforms. So is that everyone need to understand all these tools? No, not required. You can focus on the certain area. If somebody want to become a visualization, then they have to go in the Tableau, Quillic, and then Microsoft BI tools are available. So those kind of things they have to focus. Somebody on the Hadoop developer, they have to focus on the HDFS, Pig, Scoop, Hive, HBase, Spark, those kind of things. Somebody into the machine learning, they have to focus on the Mahout, Spark, Emlate, H2O, all these kind of tools they have to use. So based on the tool, you have to focus what direction you want to go. But when you're considering the data science field, it is a combination of all the multiple fields. It is containing the artificial intelligence, containing the data visualization, it is containing the hypothesis testing, big data solution, machine learning, data mining. So each domain it will touch it up in the different direction. What are the major activities they will be performed in the data science field? Okay, so in the if you consider typical topical analytical technique, majorly will comes over there on the statistical and mathematical oriented way, and domain expertise kind of thing that through data analytical or through data science they'll do the pattern recognition, data mining activities, those things. The business analysis, they will use the data for machine analytical, artificial intelligence, all this neural networking, data visualization way they will be used. In a data visualization, majorly they will use for, it's called, we'll say the terminology is called storytelling. That's one of the important term in the data visualization. We'll understand about that. So there is a business communication. They majorly in the data science field, people use the data for business communication. Consulting activities, they'll perform the data science field. Problem solving, any problem related problem solving, they using the data, they'll use this data science field. There are many varieties of usage if you are using the data science, and you can become a data analyst, data scientist, and then there is a big data developer. So there are multiple ways you can able to work it out. Okay, so we'll understand now who is data scientist. What is the difference between a data scientist and then Hadoop developer? Whether I need to become a data scientist or I need to become a Hadoop developer or machine learning guy, or I want to become a visualization Tableau guy, what is the way I need to go my direction? Okay, so if you consider data scientist is the superior of all the people, like who's a end-to-end data manager, data management guy, who can able to perform major data activities on the various tools. Okay, Hadoop developer who will perform on the big data related activity using the data science, he will process and do the coding related activity. By the way, it will become a Hadoop developer. Then the data visualization people, they will do using the Tableau tool or Quick tool. Based on the tool, they will develop these data visualization activities. So data scientist, he should be in a combination of the multiple field of knowledge, and he is performing the particular activity. Okay, he need to be well versed on the statistical, analytical, data mining, machine learning, artificial intelligence. These kind of knowledge and tools and technique, how to use all these things you need to aware. Predictive modeling. Predictive modeling is one of the important field of science where the entire big data is working towards on the predictive modeling only. And then the data management, the data scientist will work on the data management, information travel, big data, business intelligence, data warehousing, all this way he will work. And then he has to have the knowledge of computer science background of cloud computing, distributed system, security side, those kind of way also you should need to have the knowledge. So when you want to become the data scientist, you have to be plan your lifetime or plan your career life. It's around 5 to 10 years of the period. Okay, so 5 to 10 years of the period. So over the period only you can become a data scientist. Many people assume that I can directly go for one data scientist course, I can become a data scientist. No, it's not like that. First of all, you have to undergo a basic foundation of the Hadoop big data, data science field. Then ensure that all the tools you are comfortable and you are able to provide the solution to the business activities on a project specific. Then grow with a elective subject kind of field, like you want to become a machine learner or you want to become a data visualization. Whichever the opportunities you are about to get or whichever the opportunities you are interested, you can choose that field. So based on that, after 2 years of the over the times, you can become the having the multiple knowledge based on your work experience, based on your project execution, based on your knowledge enrichment. You can become a gradually move towards on the machine learning part, data analytical part. Then you will become a data scientist. Okay. Any questions on this slide? I'll move to the previous slide. So are you getting what is the data science first of all? Are you still confusing with the big data Hadoop with the data science? One second, I'm getting on call. Okay, I'm back. So do you guys any questions on the data science? Or do you understand the data science part? Okay, that's a very interesting question. Do we need to be a DBA before entering into the data science? Not at all required as a DBA, but if you're having the DBA knowledge, it is very good. It is an added advantage. Okay, so DBA means if either could be some people will be Oracle DBA, some people SQL DBA, or some people maybe some other DBA. They are already into this particular field into data analytical, data management activities. It does not mean that they should need to be become the data DBA level, then only they can become a data scientist. It's not like that. There is no much prerequisite is there. But if you are having the knowledge on the database side or our platform, okay, if you want to become a data scientist, you have to be some kind of knowledge on the platform like R, data mining, data visualization, machine learning, Tableau kind of way. Data visualization is in the Tableau field. Okay, and some kind of statistical oriented technology. Those kind of knowledge will be very much useful for your data science field. Okay, the neural network, that's a neural network and artificial intelligence. That's a very interesting question. So I'll tell you about the what is the neural network and then what is the artificial intelligence. And there is a difference between a artificial intelligence and then machine learning. Okay, two things. See, the algorithms to make sure that machine learning means to make sure that the machine can be able to learn as per like a human being. Human being, how they are learning? They're learning by the training, they're learning by the new stuff, what is they observing, by visually, by hearing, by the way of touching, sense, kind of way they are able to learn the new subject, right? So the machine learning, how they are when they after the first birth, after the birth, they are gradually learning the human being based on the what they are visually they are understanding. They have been taught by their mothers. They have been taught by the teachers. Based on that, they are getting the knowledge. Similar way, the machine learning, we have to teach the machines to how to work, how to understand the data, how to predict the data, what are the combination of algorithm need to use, and what is the way it need to produce the output. So we have to teach the machine. Based on the teaching, the machines can able to understand what is need to be done for your data, what is the need to be done for the next level. Based on that, it will work like a human being. That's called machine learning. Artificial intelligence, which is the kind of another field, it is similar to our machine learning, but it's a totally different algorithm pattern where we are providing the intelligence to automatically thinking. The machine learning is a learning activity, but artificial intelligence, like a human being, how they are thinking, it has the intelligence power. Human being has intelligence power. But machine learning does not containing the intelligence power. Machine learning is containing only the based on the how we are teaching, it will work by the way of practice. But artificial intelligence, you are teaching one activity to them. Based on the one activity, it will perform, it will understand what is need to be taken decision making for the next kind of activity. How human being will take the decision making, right? Based on the situation. Then the artificial intelligence will come into picture based on the several algorithm, search algorithm. There are so many artificial intelligence algorithms need to be worked over there. Neural network is one of the pattern of the network where multiple neural signs here like a new you can connect with the network field or neural network like the neurons in your brain, how the neurons are working, right? The neurons are working. Similar way, the neural networking has several patterns. It is like a pattern matching. It's like a algorithm related way of pattern matching, learning activities, neurals, then it's called the neutrons. Okay, so this kind of way, the networking way, it will process your data in a much faster in the neural network. So that's where difference between a machine learning, artificial intelligence, and then neural network. So let's focus on some other question. How Hadoop developer is different from the data analyst? Okay, that's a good question. See, data analysts are totally different people. Hadoop developers are totally different people. If you consider who's trying to architect or analyze the business problem. Okay, I have a problem in the Aadhaar management system. I have to manage the entire in India-based census record. I need to manage in a effectively. So the data analyst will work in a way how to make the data need to be processed, how the data need to be analyzed. Those kind of way they'll think and they will do the designing of the end-to-end of system is called data analyst. Based on the data analyst, how the program need to be executed, how the program need to be developed, then the Hadoop developer will come into picture. They will use the tools and technique for developing the application. That's the difference between a data analyst and data Hadoop developer. But more opportunities is for Hadoop developer, and data analyst as other countries have more opportunities. Data scientist is the, in US it is the #1 field in last year. The job opportunities getting the data scientist is the #1 job in the US location. So the next question, in search related technology like Apache Solar, Lucene, Elasticsearch is required for data scientists? Sometimes yes. Okay, it will come under the big data solutioning engineering. Okay, it will come under the big data solutioning engineering, data mining, those kind of tools it may required for your data scientist. What are the other questions we have in the chat window? Elasticsearch, Kibana, Logstash is related to under data science. Actually, Those are not, I cannot say it's a data science field. Those are data mining field. Elasticsearch, Kibana, Logstash. One, Elasticsearch is the data mining field. Kibana is the data visualization field. So each tool will work in that different way. Okay. So each tool is for different platform, different subject knowledge. So data scientist, if you're having the data visualization, that means the Elasticsearch is a part of the data science field. Are the ML platform which can be used in multiple domains, say healthcare? Yes, definitely that is one of the very good question, Bala. So the machine learning platform can be used for many technologies, many stuffs in this particular healthcare, banking, financial, telecommunications, many platforms that people are using the machine learning. Okay. So let's move on to the certain other topic on the stuff. I want to show today there is one of the interesting slide deck. It's not mine, but it was a very interesting slide deck. I want to showcase to all the people on this particular field. So I'll just kudos for the whoever shared this slide. Based on that, we'll courtesy him. But since this is a very good slide, I don't need to re-prepare. We'll discuss more on this particular data visualization. Okay. Shall we go on to that? So anybody has any questions so far? Any questions so far? What is the data science? I have unmuted everyone. You can talk. It can be an interactive class.
Ani, this is Venkat.
Just please go ahead.
Can we implement machine learning? Yeah.
Yes, you can able
Can
to
we implement machine learning?
machine learning with an Elasticsearch. Both of these you can do. So, but the machine learning,
Can we,
the Elasticsearch will be in a JSON format. JSON format of exporting, importing the data, or maybe data crawling software where the data deep analytical will perform. The output you can transform to the machine learning, then apply the machine learning library. You can use the Spark, MLib, MLlib, or else you can use the Mahout for that.
so for that, can we use Hadoop cluster? Or else we need to set up a separate cluster. We can use the same Hadoop both machine learning.
See, Hadoop clusters you can set for if anything need to be run on this Spark or machine learning, like machine learning also is a part of the Hadoop technology only. Okay. If you consider the Spark MLA, it need to work under the Hadoop environment. So you have to be get connected with the Spark, need to be on top of your Hadoop environment. So the clusters need to get configured. Multi-node clusters need to get configured for this. Okay. When you're connecting to the multi-node clusters, the data frequency, the data speed of processing will be very, very clear. You can able to do that. You can connect multiple clusters. You can do the machine learning of the near real-time data also. You can able to process the data.
Mani, Bharat here.
Yeah.
So when we do analysis using using data science and Hadoop cluster and stuff like that, how do you present this data to the user? So for example, in a traditional stack, we have a SQL Server, Oracle database, and we use some UI frameworks to actually, we have a mid-tier layer, and then we have a UI framework for that. So similarly, do we use AngularJS, React.js, .NET, Java Stack as mid-tier and UI framework in order to show the data that we have analyzed? How does it work in this stack?
That was an excellent question. I'll answer. So that's where we are about to talk today about the Tableau. Okay. So Tableau is one of the widely across all the companies they are mostly using Tableau. That's one of the important software to visually present your data. So it can be processing SQL Server, it can be processing the any Excel sheet also, any structured data, any unstructured data when it's processing the Hadoop environment. that also can be proceed into the visual map. Okay. For that, the data science field has separate tools. Okay. So let me just go
Okay.
to the landscape. If you're understanding this visualization image, let me take that image. Okay. So here there is a visualization analytical part. You can see the Tableau, Tulip. These two tools are majorly used in the IT industry. Okay. So if somebody is using this cross infrastructure, cross analytical platform, the output can be put across into the Tableau. The output can be put across, the data can be fasterly processed in Spark, and then visually you can able to present it to the Tulip in the Tableau.
Okay.
So there
So
are,
does that mean that, sorry to interrupt there. Does that mean that we have to only use Tableau or something like that? Why not AngularJS? Can we use JavaScript frameworks? Or is it only tied to Tableau or any particular UI infrastructure that the big data landscape provides?
yes, the big data landscape is provide many platforms, many companies, they have their own tools. Okay. It does not mean that I cannot use AngularJS or the JavaScript or Java platform. It will not suit for this particular data bandwidth how you are going to progress. Okay. Here you are going to progress terabytes of information, petabytes of information. If you are processing 1000 MBs of data in the SQL server, then you can able to put it in a small graph, and then based on the graph you can usually show that. But you want to process the entire social media of the global level data, petabytes of data, which has been performed in the Twitter or Facebook or in the world map level or the global banking level. So across, for example, Citibank, as the around 150 countries they have, I want to make sure that visually I need to analyze 150 data of country. I need to visually present the SQL server or Oracle or any other tool what I want to present it. Do not give that much of suitable tool. But the big data tools, this big data landscape is providing the visualization tool that can able to process your petabytes of information within very less time using the Hadoop clusters. That's why these tools are more popular, widely used.
Okay, Mani. Thank you so much for that clarification.
On top of you don't need to do the plumbing work which the data visualization tool provide, right?
Yeah, correct. So it's a predefined templates, predefined structure available. You can simply do the drag and drop, and then you can do the many templates, many algorithms will be available. Many library files are available to do the program level also you can do. So many things is there on this visualization base.
So to answer this question, AngularJS and all, you actually build something which is meant for web development, not for this kind of data visualization.
Yes. So this kind of tools like a Tableau or Tulip and all is meant for data analytical field, where visually represent the data in a for the business need. Fine. Let's move back to the original slide. What we are going to refer today. So this is the slide we are going to refer. This is not my slide, even though I just want to specify. I want to kudos to whoever has prepared this slide. It is a very good slide, very well presented. I just use this slide for your knowledge enrichment purpose. Okay. So what is the data visualization? Okay, data visualization, which is represent for visually present any content so that you can able to easily understand. If any content in the raw text, unstructured data, structured data, or whatever the manner the data are there, semi-structured data, if you cannot able to go through the terabytes of information. So for that, there is a data visualization field is one of the fastest growing field where you can able to process the data, okay, in a visual way. So first thing, understand what is the data visualization. Okay, so data visualization, which is the field of science in the data analytical. Okay, so if you come to my slide, you can see that very clearly. Here you can see under the data science, you can see the data visualization is one of the components of that particular field. Okay, we are processing the unstructured, semi-structured, structured data representing in a visual manner. That is called data visualization. Clear on this? Next, we'll move on to this interesting statement. A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. A picture can able to describe, if you want to describe these big 100 pages of summary, a picture can able to clearly specify what it meant. Okay, so that's why the picture is worth more than 1,000 words, what need to be described. Okay, so here just for one picture to understand about how the FedEx is working, and then from one place to the another place, they are transforming the data in a global location. So they are transferring the parcel from India or China location to Australia. So this is a data visual way they are representing. A picture says about the thousands of information. That's a message, right? You're understanding, right? What is the data visualization represent? Okay, so let's move back to the data. There's two things. One is the data. What is meant by data and what is meant by information? Can anyone describe what is the data, what is the information?
Processed data is information.
Data is the?
Data is raw data,
Yes.
and information is processed data.
Okay, so the data, which means whatever we have in the global level data, it's called data. After you processing, it's called information. If you are applying something to process, right? If 200 tables is having, after you process the 200 tables of data or 200 columns of data, and then you will get a report. That is the information for you to move to the next level. So that's the difference between a data and information. So here the data visualization field, the data are transforming into not the information. It is like it is data are transforming into picture or visual way. Okay. So that's a data visualization first level. So the data are transforming into visual display manner. It's not like a simple way we cannot do. Okay, it's not like a one small grab or drag and drop kind of way. If you consider in the data visualization field, there are more than thousands of different varieties of visual manner representations there. There are 250 or 500 different varieties of libraries are available to understand what are the data visualization representations we can able to process. How the data need to get processed for terabytes of information. How to import, export, everything will come into picture. Okay. So let's move to the data visual display. How it is consumed lot of information rapidly. Instead of representing the terabytes of information in a word or whatever the way if you want to represent, the visual display will consume to help the audience to consume the lot of information by seeing one single screen. So it can able to visually represent, when you are representing the visually, there are more than what is the information you want to present. Lot of information can be easily gathered in a rapid way. That's why it is moving towards on the data science field, moving towards on the visualization way. Machine learning and then visualization. Okay, so let's go back to the one sample stuff. So we need to understand about how the data processing started, what is the way it has been progressed. Okay, so data means it's a raw data, right? So this kind of raw data which has been performed. One second, I'm getting one call. Let me unmute. Okay, I'm back. So this particular thing, how the data visualization has been started when the historical time. So people, they want to visually represent when they are traveling from one country to the another country for war kind of information. They started putting their information map related in a visual way. Okay, so that way it has been started. It's a historical way they are trying to put across. So there are other stuff. John Shaw is one of the physicians, so he's been given some kind of data analytical way of working on this particular field. That's why they're given some example of that. Okay, so these kind of things is not required. We'll just go to some other slide. Okay, that's where we'll discuss more. Visualization means visual display plus interaction. Okay, you have to be interacted in the Tableau or any other tool. It is not just showing like your graph, but you can also do an interaction level of data. If you are just transforming your data, I'm sorry, my audio is disconnected. Is it my audio is back? Is my audio is clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So the data visualization, visual display plus interaction is called visualization. It need to be, the data need to be interacted with the people. It need to be displayed in a visual way. So how it is related to data science? How the data science is related to visualization? That's we'll understand. So data science is a field of data analytical where all the data are getting processed, analyzed, and then it is going to perform as information. That is tuning the data into valuable insight of data product. Interesting stories can be gathered for your business promotions or business growth, whatever the way we want to use, reuse that. Whatever the domain knowledge we want to use, we can use either in healthcare, it can be telecommunication, it can be customer enrichment, any platform you can use the tune the data into valuable insight of data product with the interesting stories. That's why this data visualization is more rapidly growing field. So now we'll understand what is the raw data. So raw data and then how the outputs are coming as an insight. The raw data, data wrangling. What do you mean by data wrangling? It is a combination of multiple different places that data are available. So you are just grouping the data in one single place. Okay, so it's called data wrangling. So then you are putting the explanatory data analytical. So you are applying with the raw data, you are applying the explanatory data analytical, and you are doing the in-depth analytical activities. Based on that, you will get a output. That's where based on that output, you are getting the insights, products, stories based on the outputs. Okay, just a moment. Okay, fine. So this raw data, how it has been transforming it is, in the global level, there are so many raw data are available. That raw data need to be converted to a data analytical field. Here only we'll apply our data science tools. Once it is coming as the output, you are able to get the data insight, data stories. That's where you'll get in the data visualization. Okay. So these two fields, explanatory data analytical and report result. These two places only, the data are transforming from one way to another way. The raw data are transforming in the explanatory data analytical science and the report results. During that way, you are getting the result. This report, how you are going to present this communication storytelling, how you are going to present in the output format is called data visual manner. Let's go back and see some of the examples. Okay, these examples are not required. These are voting. So it's a voting related example they provided. These are not required. So if, for example, if you are having a football match, what are the match happening? What are the ways? Who are gained the, what kind of the points? If you're having around 17 pages of information, you may not go and read all the information, right? Okay, who, when they, what kind of the match is happening, all this kind of way. So for that, they are putting the data visual way. So they are representing in a visual display. So that's majorly they are putting all the analytical activities. This Excel sheet will be provided to the Tableau. The Tableau will provide you the visual represented way. So I can just show one simple slide. Okay. For example, you can see in the data visualization representation, this is from the Tableau. In the blue color box, there is a box kind of way, right? It's one kind of the graphical model of the very large data, like a country-wise data need to be processed, global level data need to get processed. Then this Tableau data visualization stuff will be useful for many companies. Many companies are using Tableau. Okay. So this is an example. So then what are the other stuff we can see? There is an interactive. In the data visual representation, nowadays it is moving towards on this direction, like a Google map, right? Similar kind of the Google map, this visualization of the representation of the data, which is rapidly processing, all the data now people are moving towards on the data visual representation way. Okay, you can able to interact with this graphs, you can able to interact with the data, anything you can able to do an interaction on this particular field. Okay, so now we have to understand now how big data come into picture. You have a data visualization. Okay, I have SQL Server and Oracle. I can able to export and import, and then I can able to do the process. But how the big data platform is coming to as a data visualization way, that we'll understand. One thing. For example, if you're having the Twitter data, what is how the people think, what is the way they are thinking. Every day there are 7 millions of tweetings are happening. Around 7 terabytes of data which has been tweeted by the many people. So if you consider 1 month of data, which is very huge volumes of data, right? So if they want to process the tweeting value, you want to analyze the data, how the data are really, what is the people are feeling. You cannot go back and read all the 7 terabytes of data one by one, right? That's where the big data field is coming into too much. When the data is too much and you want to process only the relevant data, then what kind of the content, what kind of the variation, what kind of the typo, what kind of the aggregator, how you want to process the data, then it will come to the in a normal processing like Oracle or SQL Server will be a challenging job. But in the big data, it can able to process very large data. Then the data visualization processing the big data, it is now combining the big data field and data visualization field. You're getting this right? To process petabytes of information, terabytes of information in a quicker way. So for that, what they have to do? So we have to do in a Hadoop clusters. The clusters management is called node. Each node will containing the different computer. You consider there are different computers are available. 16 racks is called 16 node is called one rack. Okay. Normally we'll have 16 racks. Some company they will maintain a 20 rack of the data clusters. So the data are storing over there. In the cluster only they will store the Hadoop clusters. Okay. Hadoop software will be get loaded over there, and then data will be get processed in the HDFS storage. So the data are stored over here in the workflow manner. So once the normal Hadoop cluster will process your pig, hive, all the way it is going to process your data, how it has been transformed into visual way, that's we have to understand. So first of all, if you are using the pig or hive to process your tweeting data, if the tweeting data can be processed using the tweet equal to load the data, and then based on the functions, tweet load function, and then you can able to process, get the data as a described field value. But after getting the field value, you can have a only the numbers or text message or whatever the way you want to process the very large data, it will come as a text mode or report mode. But those data need to be converted into a smaller set. After the smaller set, need to be presented in the visual manner. That's your final data set, right? In the normal big data set. But when it's coming to the explanatory data analytical field, okay, it will be presented in the data visual manner. It is not like a text oriented. Based on the tweeting, how things are happening, you can visually present the data. You can visually explore the data. That's where it is different. So improving the data design, realizing the public data. Okay, how people are thinking. What is the New Year, Happy New Year tweets are happening international way. What are the different time zone they are doing, so that they have sample way they have analyzed. Okay. Similarly, you can apply for any interactive model of the data. So here they have specified interactive model of the data, how the data can be interactively. From each country wise, you can do the interactive. So for example, each country has a map model, right? So if you just specify what is the number -1, the time zone level also, you can do the data insight. Data, that's a word is very important. Data insight is one of the main word you have to understand. Okay. The next one is, we'll go back to the other data visual way. Okay. So here they represent the different interactive model of different graph level they are represent for example purpose. Okay, so this is how people will tweet the normal tweeting value, right? So each country will have their own different language. So normally what happened, they taken one example of whoever is saying Happy New Year or any kind of data which is coming under Twitter. Who are the countries? What are the countries? What time zone they have said the Happy New Year? What are the other stuff they are saying about the New Year celebrations? All those things they are analyzing the data in the different across the global data. Okay, so that's where they have showcased the demo. So each people who are replied, what kind of the way they replied, from which country they replied, all the data analytical can be processed. This is just one example only. You can use for any kind of purpose. Okay. So then there are other activities also can be processed. Logging the user activity. So very large level of logging user activity can be processed by the Twitter or any other server log. You can visually represent the server log. Data processing activities can be done through the logging user activity. Data visually you can able to represent. So here one of the use case they specified, the user used the Twitter and then it has been performed to the product manager. So the product manager can able to get the what kind of the product people are liking. Based on that, they can able to get the log of that particular data. Then they can able to progress. Okay, why it has been logged? All the activities in the Twitters are logged. Similar way, Facebook. Similar way, many other social medias are getting logged. This log can be reuseful for your data analytical. So there are many stuffs are available, user ID, timestamp, who's performed, what is the event, all those things are available over here. So there are other things you have to understand. There is a funnel analytical is there. Funnel analytical, user session, all very important topic. So let's understand about that few moments. Then we have to go back to the Tableau also. So we'll understand one thing over here. I'll just go to the aggregators. Aggregator is one of the important topic we have to understand. Aggregator is a combination of combining many session or many activity into combination of all the activity into a single activity. It's called aggregate. Okay, one session may be started and another session maybe have performing another start and end. So a combination of all grouping all the aggregated activities called aggregate. In the data visualization, it is required to many data can be processed in an aggregated way. It need to combine and then it need to present. So aggregation is one of the important topic in the data visualization or data science. Okay, the 4 lakh sessions can be run simultaneously and then these data can be processed. So let's understand about more onto the stuff. What is meant by data visualization? It is data equal to visual display plus interaction. It is explanatory of data analytical and storytelling based on the visual represented way. You can able to do an interactive way. All the data which are produced in the last 20 years, now people are converting in the visual dashboard level, visual representation way, interactive model. There are so many scientific research are going over there, and then the conversions are happening. POC projects are going. Big projects are happening on the across the IT industry. So this is a emerging field. It is already emerged in the last 4 years. Now it is the most important wanted field in the particular technology. Okay. With that note, we'll just move to the next one. Next topic, what we are planning to discuss is called Tableau. That's also comes under the data visualization. So hope so far we just understand about the what is the data science, what are the various fields as combined, and then what is the data visualization. Now we are going to focus on the Tableau part. Okay, I'm just going for a connect with another expert who's on this particular field. Let me just give me a moment. Okay, Rajalakshmi, are you there in this call?
Hey, hi Manikandan, I'm here.
Under the, what is the name you have?
I have joined with the name Raji.
Okay, fine. I'll just use a present. Okay, I get frequent calls from Raji only meanwhile when I'm taking the class. Sorry for the trouble. Okay, let's move back to now to understand about the Tableau. Tableau is a very important subject, the most wanted field in the current IT industry. Whoever is want to become a data Hadoop developer, they have to focus towards on the data visualization way of machine learning, and then the data visualization of Tableau or Quillic. Okay. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah, sure, Manikandan.
So I'll introduce
Hi.
Rajalakshmi before that. So Rajalakshmi is the expert in this particular field. She's into the more than 10 years experience into business intelligence, and Tableau, and then other BI tools. So that's where she's working in top level companies, and then now she's into sharing the knowledge to our community. Okay, so over to you, Rajalakshmi. Thanks for representing our for our group.
Yeah, thanks Manikandan. Hi everyone, so I'm Rajalakshmi here. So I would be representing a session. So I'm just going to give you an overview, like why we have to learn Tableau and whether we can use it for our business purposes. So I'm just going to give a quick overview about the whole tool and what all we have in Tableau and about the different products related with Tableau.
You can just put a slideshow so that it will be in a bigger picture in this recording.
Sure. So Tableau, so you people would have already know, like get some knowledge about what is data visualizations and everything. So Tableau, it's a data visualization tool. So Tableau, it's also a business intelligence tool. So mainly why we are going for this is, so when you're going to represent your data, so nowadays we are actually deal more with kind of lots and lots of data in our businesses. So instead of representing just in the form of a tables, we are going to represent our data in the form of a visuals, that is picture. So Tableau actually helps the users to turn their data into the pictures and with various kind of visualizations. So actually, if you compare with the other BI tools in the market, Tableau has been lead in the BI business intelligence as well as in the analytics. So I think if people have heard about Gartner's research. So Gartner's research have proved Tableau is being lead in both business intelligence and analytics for the past 5 consecutive years. Even if you take the recent survey for this year, Tableau is being top among the other BI tools. So why, so this much reach has Tableau attained? Because comparatively, so I have worked along with many BI tools, so I can strongly say comparatively Tableau was very easiest tool to connect, also to learn. So any person who doesn't have a strong IT or database background also, they can easily learn the tool, because it's mostly a drag and drop functionality. You're not going to put more effects into like coding or something. So everything, it's been a kind of a drag and drop functionalities only. And the connecting with your data sources is also very easy. So Tableau supports wide variety of data sources. Either you would be able to connect with your relational data sources or your dimensional data sources. Even it supports the online data sources. So you can actually connect directly with your Google Analytics, or you can connect with any of your Facebooks or Twitter accounts. If you want to take those data and if you want to represent a report with kind of a visuals also, it is easy with Tableau. So you can just transform any form of data source. It even supports a flat files and Excel. So if you readily have some data in your Excel and if you want to create some report with different kind of visualizations, it's going to take minutes of time in order to transform your data into visuals using a tool like Tableau. So definitely when you are dealing with your business, so why we go for business intelligence actually? So business intelligence mainly helps the user to know more about their data, and also it helps to make a better decision making. So finally, whatever we are going to do with the data is, we are going to arrive with some kind of business decisions or something. So in order to make that data in the form of a visuals, and it is easy for the people to understand, the end users to understand, get like what I'm really representing. So even if I'm representing the sales information, it's a very simple information. If I'm running a business and if I want to represent the sales information for the last year to my customers, if I just give in the form of a tables, like in this product I had the highest sales, and this product I had the lowest, and there was a dull in the market. So I'm going to just give in the form of a numbers, and it's not that easy to arrive with a conclusion for that numbers, and it is not appealing for my customers to read that numbers or tables also. When the same thing, if I'm going to represent as a dashboard with a collection of different visuals as well as representing the related data informations, and it is easy if I put some interactivity between that visual. So if I just click on a particular product, it's going to take me like where the product gone up in the sales and how much profit I have, right? How many people have worked on that product sales, all the information, it's just going to be represented in the form of a visuals in a single click. It's really going to help my end users to understand the data in a better way and arrive in a better decision making process. So when you have these kind of several questions, like so the common questions I have displayed here. So we need to empower the average business user to make the decisions using technology with minimal IT support. So how can we do this? So, and also I don't want to go for a cost efficient BI tools. I don't want to go for a very long processes. If you take like most of the other BI tools, so it cannot be, so I have worked on Cognos also. So I've been working with Cognos. So Cognos is a major skill also. I've worked with so long projects. I can definitely say creating a report with Cognos is not much easier as creating a reports in Tableau. So I have to put a lot of data. I have to first transform my data according to the business user in the database. Then I have to connect with a modeling tool. I have to do the data modeling, and then I have to connect with my publish my package, and then I have to connect with my Cognos, and I have to create the reports. But the same thing, if I want to create a map visual in Cognos, it actually takes a lot of days. At least I need, for creating a simple report also, I need at least 2 days of time in order to create that report, because it involves lot of steps. The same report, if I just want to create in a Tableau, I can just represent in 5 minutes. If I have the data related with the geographical fields, I can just easily connect in a form of Excel also. I can just easily connect to the tool, and I can create the map visuals in a click, in a minutes. So that's why I say Tableau is the most cost efficient tool, as well as it is an easy tool to learn and explore. So it is when the customers are going for any kind of business intelligence tool or a data visualization tool, so the main few things they expect, it should be fast, it should be cost effective, and it should be easy for everyone to use it, and it should be more secure, and it can be accessed from anywhere. So Tableau actually supports all these factors. So Tableau is a very fast tool. As I said, can just in a minute you can arrive in the form of a visuals, and it is most cost effective also, because Tableau itself, they are providing with lot of products. So even though if the users don't want to go for the most effective product, if they don't want to buy for the full edition also, Tableau comes with the free editions where you can, if you just want to explore the tool. So Tableau mainly supports 3 clients. That is, you can use it in your mobile, you can use it in your desktop, so you can use it in your web browser. So you can connect to the Tableau in anywhere, even from your mobile or your web browser or from the desktop. And it is a very single platform where a most cost effective solution, where you can transform your data into different kind of visuals. You can create dashboards where you can actually put a lot of worksheets, like that is, if I'm representing information with a kind of 4 visuals, so I can put everything in a single layout, that is called a dashboard. And we also have stories. So first the concept of stories was introduced by Tableau only. So later on, other BI tools also picked up. So if I want to represent the information with a sequence of series in a form of a story, because we always have a saying, anything that is being told in the form of a story is being very easily understandable. So I can put all my worksheets in a sequence, and I can form a story, which would be really helpful for my end users to understand it in a very better way. So Tableau actually was introduced by 3 persons. So it was by a company called Tableau Software, which has been situated in Seattle, American company. So they actually arrived the tool, and they started with the version 4, and now we are in the version 10.2. And if you just compare the version 4 and 10.2, it would be amazing actually. There would be lot of differences. Actually, Tableau have enhancing for each and every version. Even if you compare the recent version Tableau 9 with Tableau 10 also, there would be lot of additional data sources, lot of new features between. So it is a very user friendly tool actually. So that's why I said a person who doesn't have a kind of a strong knowledge into BI or into database also can easily explore and learn the tool very easily. It's a very user friendly tool. So for each and everything, even if you don't know, when you have your data, but you don't know like what type of visuals will suit your data also. So Tableau has all those features which will make the developer or the user, they can more friendly use and access the tool. So Tableau comes with 5 major products. That is your Tableau desktop and your Tableau server, Tableau online, Tableau public, and your Tableau reader. So your Tableau desktop is environment where you're actually going to connect with your data, and you're going to create the visualizations, dashboards, stories, everything. And then we have Tableau desktop itself comes with 2 versions. That is your Tableau desktop personal edition and Tableau desktop professional edition. Your personal edition, the difference is personal edition comes with the limited data set connectivity. Like you would be able to connect only with flat files, Excels, or your Tableau data extracts. But when you go for the professional edition, it has all the wide varieties, like what all the data sources actually Tableau supports. So there was some difference in the license cost also. So if you want to go for the purchase license for Tableau desktop personal edition, it just cost $1,000 for the first year. and $200 for the maintenance from the second year. In case for the professional edition, then it would be like $2,000. So it is a most cost-effective product. Also, people who doesn't like, they just need to explore the tool, or they just have some kind of limited visualization where they are going to use only flat files or something, or Excels. In that cases, they can go for the personal editions itself. Even Tableau gives a 14 days trial of the desktop personal edition, which we can use it for the learning purposes. So there was a question. So Cognos 11 version, yeah. Actually, Cognos was there was a very major BI product in the market before some years. So we had a lot of requirements, and mostly all business for business intelligence, they were using Cognos. But once Tableau comes, as I said, it was a very easy tool connecting to your data or creating the visuals. People started moving towards Tableau, and then only they introduced Cognos 11 Analytics. So Cognos 11 Analytics, so IBM is actually trying to bring up like what is all in the Tableau. So they actually started, so previously we had like, I have to connect with the framework modeling, and then I have to do the models, then I have to go for my reporting. But in Cognos 11 Analytics, so you can, as like Tableau, you can directly connect with your data sources. And still I would say Cognos 11 is not much user friendly as like Tableau, but IBM is started improving. They are also bringing like stories, everything. Am I audible clearly? I got some question like there was some problem. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was talking about the Tableau products. So then I have my Tableau server and my Tableau online. So basically we are going to create all the development works with desktop version. Then if I want to share with my end users or the customers, then I have to actually publish into the server. So I have only after publishing into the server, I would be able to share it with my end users. So Tableau server is also a web-based business intelligence platform where I'm actually going to publish what all I have created in my desktop. I'm going to publish into my server. We have Tableau online also. So the main difference is your Tableau server is a physical connection where we are going to install the software, and we have to maintain about the installations, everything. And your Tableau online is completely a browser-based, a cloud-based environment. So Tableau server should be maintained by us. Actually, whoever is going to own the server, so they have to take care of the server activities. But in case of Tableau online, so the maintenance, everything is being done by Tableau itself. And you can publish your work into both your server as well as your online. There is also some difference in cost also. So your Tableau online is cheaper than your Tableau server. Maybe when you have like a very limited people in your organization, a small kind of organization, they could go for online environment itself. But in case of very huge organizations with a lot of things we have to do with Tableau, then we have to definitely go for Tableau server. No question. For mobiles, you can actually, there was we have a Tableau app. So for mobiles, you can actually download it from your Google Store, and you can use it. And for other things, your browser would be the default engine to use it. Tableau supports the web authoring also. That is, after you published your server or your online environment, so you can use. So recently, actually, they got this into the tool. So you can use the browser base, that is your web authoring, where you can, whatever you are developing from your desktop, so you can do with your server also with the published data sources. So with the published data sources or with the published workbooks, if I want to create some new worksheets, or if I want to do some enhancements, I can do with the server itself. Like again, I don't want to go to the desktop and I have to create and then I have to republish it again. But the Tableau now supports that web authoring facility where I could be able to do either in the server or the online environment itself. then we have Tableau Reader and Tableau Public. So your Tableau Reader and your Tableau Public, they are both are completely free version. So your Tableau Public is mainly for practicing purposes, or it like if you want to put some kind of POC, or if you want to you're creating something in Tableau which you want to share across with all the users. So you can go for your Tableau Public. It's a completely free. So for practicing purposes, for learning purposes, you can use Tableau Public. Only thing is, it again comes with the limited data source connectivity. You would be able to connect only with your flat files or with your Tableau data extracts. It doesn't support any kind of other relational or dimensional data sources. And your Tableau Reader, it's also a free version, which would be using Tableau Reader, you would be able to view the workbooks which has been already created with the Tableau desktops. So in case if my customer also wants to go for a cost effective, like he does not going to do any kind of interactions or something, he's just going to view the workbooks which is being published, then he can go for the Tableau Reader. So the latest version of Tableau is Tableau 10.2. Yes, Tableau can directly connect with Hadoop, Hive and Spark. Let me show you the tool. So this was actually Tableau Desktop Professional Edition. So the latest version 10.2. So they are in the process of releasing 10.3 as well. So as of now, the latest version is Tableau 10.2, and these are the supported data sources actually. So you'd be able to connect with your Excel, text files, spatial files, JSON files, statistical files, SQL Server, Oracle, Amazon Redshift, AWS, and you would be able to connect with your Google Analytics, BigQuery, Cloud SQL, Google Sheets, Google Documents also you can directly connect with Tableau. It supports IBM DB2, IBM Big Sites. You can connect with your PostgreSQL, Presto database, Splunk, Spark, Hadoop, Hive, SAP sources, Salesforce, QuickBook Online. So so web data connectors in order to pull your data directly from the web's online data sources. So Tableau supports as of 10.2. So these are the supported data sources available in Tableau, and it may differ according to the versions also. So if you compare 9, or there would be some of the things missing, but as of 10.2, these are the supported data sources. We have Hadoop, Hive, Sbase, everything. So let me just give a small kind of tour with the tool. Let's me create a small dashboard. So you can connect with any of these data sources. Let me, so when you can go to tableau.com and Tableau products, you would be getting desktop, server and online. So for all these products, you would be getting actually a 14 days trial version. So you can install from tableau.com. So for mobile also, you would be able to download from the Google store. Apart from that, you can download and install your Tableau Public. So you don't have any kind of restriction for your Tableau Public. So you can just use, once you install, you can just use it for as same as for your Tableau Reader as well. So for in order to learn Tableau initially with flat files, Tableau Public is more sufficient. Tableau Public, but it is not a very safe or secured environment, because the things you are going to create in Tableau and publish going to publish in Tableau Public. It's been accessible by all the users who have been connected with Tableau Public. I have a question. I am not very sure. I have not connected with Hadoop or Hive with Tableau, but I know like we can connect with Hadoop, Hive, but I have not really worked with those kind of data sources in Tableau. So the sample superstore and world indicators are the saved data sources which comes with every trial version or an installed version. So I'm just going to use sample superstore in order to create a simple dashboard. So once you have connected to your data source, so you're connecting to the data source is actually also very easy. In case if I'm connecting to Excel, I have to point to the Excel, and so like in whatever data I'm actually connecting, you can just choose that particular Excel or a flat file and give connect, or else if you're connecting to any of your servers, then you have to give the server related information. So there is no any kind of middleware tools where you have to connect and then you have to access your data. You can directly connect with your data sources. And also Tableau is a in-memory analytics tool, where when you're connected to your data sources, sorry, actually now I don't have the machine which I have connected. I don't have any kind of relational data sources. Maybe in the main class, like if we have, then I can connect with those kind of data sources and I can show you. As of now, I would be able to show only with the Excels or a flat files. Sorry, memory? What is in memory? In memory, okay. Okay, I will tell you. So Tableau is a in-memory analytics tool. So you would have heard about ClickView also. ClickView also follows in-memory analytics. So what is in-memory analytics in the sense? So when you're since we are connecting directly with those kind of data sources, so when you're connecting with your data source which having a very small number of data, in case if I'm having in a flat file or Excel, I'm not going to maintain so much of records. But when I'm connecting with my relational data sources or a dimensional data sources or online data sources, when I have records like more than 1 million of records, in those cases, when I connect directly with my data source and when I'm creating my visualizations or workbooks, there may be some kind of performance issues also. So what I'm going to do is, I have two types of connection. When I'm connecting with my data source, live and your extract connection. When I connect with your live connection, I'm directly connecting with the database. So if there is, if any of the data changes is happening, or if I'm updating my database also, it's automatically captured since I'm going for a live connection. And it is also like every time if I'm doing some operations, like if I'm creating something, working on my data, it is going to access the whole data. So what it will happen, when it comes with a small data sources, it's not going to seriously affect my performance. But when it comes with the large data sources, when I'm dealing with 10 million of records and all, so in that case, it's definitely there would be some kind of performance issues. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go for my extract connection. So what I'm really doing here is, I'm going to take only a part of a data which is actually required to create that particular report or to create that particular workbook. So when I'm connecting with the data which has data related to multiple countries, but I'm going to represent single report representing a country. For example, if I'm taking a report related to India, so I'm going to just have the reports related to data with respect to the country India. If I'm another report would be pointing to United States, like that I have restriction on my reports. In that cases, why I have to connect with full records, that is either with a 1 million or 2 million of records in order to have a slow performance. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some kind of a filter. So for the example I said, based on a country, I will just add a filter from the, so it would show you all the data items from the data table. So if I'm going to select a country, I will just select on the country name. So here I just have single country. Let me select region. So region, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select whatever required for this particular workbook or visualization. I will just make a filter out of it. Or if you are having the data for multiple years, but you're going to create report only for your past 2 years or 3 years or for the current year, you would be just adding a filter based on that. So your part of a data is being extracted through that filter, and it would get saved in the local memory. That is actually an in-memory concept. So the part of a data would reside in my local memory, local cache or a RAM memory. So using that data, I would be creating my visualization. So instead of connecting with my whole records, that is, if I have 10 million of records in my data source, instead of connecting with the whole records, I'm taking only a subset of data, a part of a data, which is actually required for that particular report alone. And using that data, I will build my report. I will, so when I'm working with my desktop, Tableau desktop, actually, if you have any kind of database changes or refreshes or updates, you can actually refresh your extracts so that your data changes would be get captured. But after publishing to the server, once I have published my works to the server, in that cases, what I'm going to do is I would be scheduling my reports or the data source extracts on the frequent intervals. So for example, if my database every day, if I'm having some kind of data updates on my database at a particular time, same time or later, like a half an hour later or something, I would be scheduling my extract to run, so that every time the schedule runs, my extract is going to get refreshed. So this is actually an in-memory technique. So mostly in Tableau, we will be going for the extract connections in order to have a better performance on my reports. So in Tableau server, when you are publishing your workbooks, you have an option for scheduling. So you, from there you have the different schedule intervals also. So you can choose, for example, if you want to run the schedule daily at 7 a.m. EST or IST, you can choose the timings. So at the same, you would be running the schedules would be running accordingly, and you would be getting a email alert also whether your schedule have been run successfully or not. Data got refresh, email alert also. So that refresh also, you can either go for a full refresh or an incremental refresh. So full refresh is going to refresh all the columns in your database. Your incremental refresh, so if you are very particular, that is only a particular column is going to get updated. So it would be, that update would be running only based on that particular column.
Sorry, can you repeat the section, that part again about scheduling part?
Okay. Once I have done with my Tableau desktop, that is my report is ready to publish into the server, I would be publishing that particular report into the server. While publishing, I have an option to choose, in case if I have gone for extract connection, I have an option to choose for scheduling. You have various scheduling intervals in Tableau server. So you can just choose like when your schedules actually need to run. For example, if it needs to be run at 7 a.m. daily at 7 a.m. or weekly, according to, because you know like when your database is going to get updated. So according to your database changes, you can actually schedule these extract refreshes also. So if I am scheduling it for daily the schedules would be running, and there is an option to get the email alert also. The user, whoever has been publishing, they would be getting the email alerts also. So they can actually get the email alert whether the schedule got completed or the refresh happened in a successful manner, or there is any failure. So those informations they would be able to get in the mail. Yeah, Tableau you would be able to install with Windows and Mac OS.
So basically, like from your
Sorry, voice was breaking.
hello,
Yes.
is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. What you're saying about this, that the data from the database, it will refresh the data to the Tableau, that's scheduled in Tableau of time, right?
Yes. Yes.
So where that data is stored, in the client PC or in the, when you're refreshing the data, or in memory?
You mean that local data where you are actually taking
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Okay, that local data will reside in the missions like where we are creating extract. So if you go to documents for every Tableau installed missions, so you have Tableau repository. So in this repository only your data would actually reside, either in whether you are using it in your desktop or after the published version also.
Okay. So another thing is you told is, there is no middle tier is required for the for getting the data, right?
Yes.
So what's the security then? If the client can be able to connect the database directly and then get the data, right? And most of the companies, the database will be on the may not be in the DMC sort. So you may not be even able to access the database. Right? How do you access without a middle tier?
I'm not getting your question properly actually. You are
What I'm
asking
asking
how to secure your data.
is yeah. And the most of the companies, you will not be able to, the servers, the database servers will not be exposed to the outside, right? You will go through the middle tier and able to access the data, right? If you don't have a middle tier, you will not be able to access through the middle tier, then what's the security you have in Tableau?
Security in the sense, so the data how you're creating your, so we have like various level of security, row level security, column level security, or user level security.
No, I'm not talking about authentication security. Even the database access security itself is a big issue, right? But normally in any environment, in any corporate customers, the database will not be accessible directly to the client, or that may not, the firewall will not allow to access the data.
So you're not going to actually until and unless you have, until and unless your client is going to directly connect with your databases. So you are going to just send the extracts which is available for that particular reports only, right? So based on that user permissions or something only, you're delivering your report to the clients. Hello?
Send the app servers, right? How do you connect it?
See, when you're going, see, everything is based upon the person who is actually developing the reports. He is actually going to decide whether he is going to have it with a live or an extract connection. So when you are after publishing, whether it is a live connection or an extract connection, whatever data that is required for that reports only, it is going to reside in your server. Your customer is not going to access the entire data until and unless he is going to create the entire reports in his side.
Either do we need to create any cubes and any way to generate the reports, right? In Tableau also having any option like creating a cube?
Yeah, we have options to connect with dimensional data. Yeah, multi-dimensional data sources you can connect.
Cubes.
You can create cubes. Tableau is not available for Linux environment so far. It supports only Mac OS and Windows. Maybe I don't know in the future versions they are trying to support or not. Hey, actually, your voice was very breaking. Can you ping me in the chat window? So when you talk, there was a lot of disturbance. Actually. The scheduling options are available only in your server, not in a desktop, because you would be in desktop, you have the automatic refresh options itself. So you don't need to schedule or something. You can refresh your extracts automatically when you're working with your desktop. Only after publishing your workbooks to the server, you have to go for the automatic schedules in order to refresh it. Can we connect with MongoDB or Cassandra? I think yes, you would be able to integrate. Actually, Tableau has the Hadoop integration, so the external connection. So through that, you would be able to actually connect, or else you can connect as a JSON files also. Cassandra, I'm not sure, but MongoDB, it's possible. So everything comes with that external integration actually. So once you're connected to your data sources, you would be able to see all the available tables. In case you can just take like whatever table is required for creating your report. When you're connecting with your relational data sources, you have an option to write the custom SQL also. Something if you don't able to achieve, if you want to achieve something with a SQL query or something, you can write your own custom SQL. So if I want to join the other multiple tables, so I can just drag and drop. Automatically, inner join would be created. If it, Tableau would recognize the common data item between the tables. You can go for any of these 4 joins, either inner join or left join or a right join or a full join. So if there is a common data item between the table, Tableau actually automatically connects with it. And else you have to, if it is not able to recognize, if it doesn't have a same name or something, you can actually choose the field on which you have to create a join. So you would be able to see all the required fields. So once you have decided about your tables, joins, connections, everything, then you can analyze the data and the metadata information. So each field, like where it has comes from, which table it comes from, and then you can choose the data types also. So Tableau supports all these data types. So you would be able to change the data types, and automatically it recognizes the data, either an attribute or a date field or a geographical field. So we need a geographical field in order to create the map visuals. So then you can go to the sheet. So this is the worksheet where we are actually going to create our visualizations. Yes, you have the access level security. So we have a user filter also. So you can just use that, and we have various roles when you are creating the users. Like after publishing to the server, when you are creating a new user in your server, so you can define whether he's having a administrator role, or he's having the publisher role, or a viewer role, or the unlicensed role. So we have various kind of site roles associated with each users. So based on that, you would be able to create groups also. So using, if I want to give the permissions for the only for the publisher, or only for, if you have like various other groups related to your applications also, you would be able to create your user level filters where you can restrict the access for the users, whether if he wants to see only the particular data or a particular report. So all the things can be controlled in Tableau server or Tableau online environment. So Tableau automatically identifies the dimensions and measures. So once everything is set, you can start creating your visualizations. So if you click on this show me, you would be able to see the basic visualizations which is possible to create in Tableau. Using these basic visualizations, we still arrive with a lot of complex visualizations and chart types. So let me create a simple visualization. So if I'm choosing subcategory and if I'm choosing sales, okay, if I know like what type of visualization to use, I can directly drag and drop in the rows and columns. I can create my visualizations. If I'm not sure, you can use the help of show me. So you just click on the data field. Not highlighted. So all the visuals that is being highlighted will actually support this data requirement. So if you click on each of these visuals also, so it will show you like what is the requirement in order to, so you need at least how many dimensions and measures to create that particular visualizations. So you can swap your rows and columns. Uh, if I want to create the maps, so if I want to, so Tableau supports two types of map visualizations, symbol maps and your field maps. So you need at least one geographical field in order to create your maps. So when you have a geographical field, we have the two generated fields, latitude and longitude, which will automatically plot your geographical fields into the maps. So if I'm going to create a state map, just if I double click on that particular dimension, so you can either use as a symbol map. Symbol map will just represent with the symbols whatever information you are going to representing. For example, if I want to represent my sales information for each state, so let me put the sales into the size. And I can change it with different shapes also, like whatever shapes if I want it, or I can make it as a pie chart also. And let me put some more category into the colors. So this we call it as marks card, and we have a filter shelf, page shelf. Page shelves are used for kind of animations or page trials. You can use it in Tableau. And this marks card will actually help you to define the color, size, labels. If you're the tooltips information, so you have the tool, you can put your own tooltips informations. Or if you want to add some dimension or measure in a detailed level, which is not part of your visualizations, and labels, whether you want to show it for all or for a selected or minimum maximum for a highlighted. So you have different formatting options also. Now, so this maps shows as a symbol maps related with states. Let me put states into the label. So according to the size of the sales, it actually displays the pies with 3 categories. In case if the same map, if I want to represent with filled maps, so I've placed state into the color and profit into the label. So I can define my user defined filters also. So I can just drag my dimension or a measure or date field into the filter sections. So I can choose wildcard filters or conditional filters if I want to have some filters based on condition, or I can go for top or bottom filters. So if I want to get top 10 by sales, so these are the top 10 states based on the sales information. So I can make this top 10 as a dynamic also. So I can create some kind of parameters where I can put it dynamic. So instead of values, I can choose the parameters. So you can choose like top 5, top 10. So how many values that has been defined in your parameters. We can make it as a show filter or a quick filter. So direct. So from here also, instead of editing the filter every time, I would be able to select it from here also. So we have various level of filter sections that we would see like when in case of a detailed classes. So now I have created 4 kind of visuals here. So I can put everything into a dashboard. So you can do the various level of formatting stuffs, the headings, center, the dashboard headings, everything. And then you can publish your dashboard into the server or your online environment. So this was a workflow. You have to connect with your data sources, create your visualization dashboard, publish it to the server. From there, you can actually share it with your customers.
One quick question here. So when you start putting a report on sheet 1 or sheet 2, so what is the criteria you first choose? I mean, first thing we have to understand about the data, and then you put it into rows and columns, and then you come for the filters and markings, right? Can you
Yes.
summarize that piece alone, please?
Okay. So for I think someone, can you all be in mute because the echo would be coming in. Yeah. So first thing is you have to decide your data, connect with your data source. You have to decide your tables, the join informations. Then you have to decide about the live or extract connection. So once you have decided about all these things, you have to go to create your visualization. That is, we create each visualize into a individual sheets that we call it as a worksheet. So you can go for a first worksheet. So either you can use this option to create your new worksheet, or you can go to worksheet and create your new worksheet. And then, so the dimensions and measures would be automatically predicted by Tableau. So you would be having all your dimensions and all your measures. So you would be having some kind of requirements, right? So what dimensions for how you have to create your visualizations. So in case if your customers would have already given you, so I want to represent these types of visualizations, you can directly go with that. Or else you just you just know like that what data items you have to choose, but you are not sure about the visuals. So in that cases, so you have to choose here whether you are, if I want to show my sales information across the subcategory of products. So that was my requirement. So I've taken, so you can actually choose whether you want to have a horizontal bar or a vertical bar. So you can swap your rows and columns accordingly. So you can put anything into your columns or into your row section. So I've taken subcategory and sum of sales. That's why I said if you're not sure about creating your visualizations, click on the both of your data items and use show me. So show me will actually help you to choose different types of visualization. So I have chosen country and profit. So that is single dimension and a measure. So these are all the highlighted ones. So all these visuals has been possible for these types of requirements. So let me add one more measure here. So if I have two measures and a single dimension, so in that cases I can go for the side-by-side bars or side-by-side circles, or I can go for the tree maps, or I can go for the stacked bars or the horizontal bars or the packed bubbles or the bullet graphs. So like that, if you choose your data, Show.me will actually help you to choose a visualization also. Or if you directly know you want to create a line chart or a bar chart or your map chart, you can directly create it. So once you have created your visualization, that is, I want to represent all the visualizations in the form of a dashboard. Your filters, so filters is like additional things that actually supports. So if I want to create a filter, so if I want to create a filter based on subcategory, or if I want to create a filter based on a category. So according to the category, I want to restrict my data. So in that cases, I can go for the filters. Same if I want to make it some kind of dynamic values in my filter or in my calculation, I can go for parameters. We also have groups, sets. So if you want to group some kind of data, when you have large number of data in a field or a column, if I want to group it, for example, if I have lot of products, I want to group it based on a stationery, like whether which is being used, highly used stationaries or which is being rarely used stationery. If I want to group that into two different kinds of groups, that is possible. Same, I have sets also where I am going to group a subset of data based on some kind of conditions. Then, so these are all the additional things that is going to support your visualization. So you can add a calculated fields also. So Tableau supports three types of calculations: your basic calculations, table calculations, and level of detail expression. So you can, so when you cannot achieve something with your dimension and members, which is already available in your data sources, when you are, if you want to go for some kind of additional calculated fields, you can use the calculations. So we also have some kind of analytics that is introducing your trend lines forecasting into your visual. So in case if I have this line graph, if I want to go for some kind of prediction for the next year, I can introduce forecasting into it. So these are the additional visual analytics, or if I want to choose some kind of reference lines. So that is also possible. So once you have decided all these things and you have created your worksheets, I have to put all the worksheets. Most of your outcomes of your Tableau would be either a dashboard or a story. So what I'm going to do is I'm just dragging all the required worksheets into a dashboard. Here also I would be able to use the filters created in individual sheets, or from, I can create a individual filters from the dashboard also. So I can go to a particular worksheet, I can use as a filter for any column I would be able to create. Apart from that, some kind of interaction filters can be created with kind of actions. So if I choose action, I would be able to create three types of actions: filters, highlighters, and URL. So let me choose filter. Select and give OK. I've chosen the source and target sheets. It's everything. So if I, for example, if I'm clicking on this particular, so I don't have any kind of related information. When you have kind of, so for this particular country, so your all other visualization would also fetches the information related to that particular country. So this is creating interaction between the worksheets in your dashboard. Story as I said, where you can actually create your visualization and you can form it in the form of a sequence like a story. For example, I'm having the 4 sheets, right? So in this 4 sheets, I can put it as a story. So for each and every, so now I have not created any kind of related worksheets here. I've just used example. But in that cases, you will be actually having, so for example, when you are representing about the earthquake in your particular country, so you have to give some kind of statistical related information which will actually form as a story. So starting from the initial line, so for your first visual will actually explain which parts of the country actually severely damaged from the earthquake and why the earthquake has been happened, what all the measures have not been taken, what all the measures have been taken. So finally you arrive with a conclusion. So you have 5 different worksheets which you can represent as a story. So I will be putting all my 5 different worksheets and I would be adding a caption related to that particular worksheet. So which will actually form as a story. When I am representing this story, I would be able to understand like what had happened from first to last as a story. So this is your 2 outcomes, that is either as a dashboard or as a story. So these are all the developed dashboard. So this dashboard will actually show you some of the school level score information related. So with each district and schools and teachers. So I would be able to select a particular district, the school. So it will show you different level of information related to the filters I'm choosing it. So this dashboard has information related to the flight delays with or else if you want to show a dashboard with respect to storms, so the country which has the highest storms and how fast the winds have actually appeared, so you can choose. So these dashboard gives you different form of visualizations and you can work with your live streaming data as well. So that's what I said, you can connect with your online web data sources also, right? You can connect with your live streaming data as well. So this particular dashboard, we have data blending and that is you can use multiple data sources in a same dashboard also. Either it can be the related data sources or it can be unrelated data sources also. So as I said, Tableau supports your external connection as well. So if you go to help, you have something called settings, performance, manage external service connection. Previously, in Tableau 9 version and all, they were supporting only R programming. That is, so that time if you see Tableau 9 version, you would be getting like manage R connection, where you can use some of your R programming syntaxes into Tableau. Something like if I want to create some kind of using some kind of R programming into into R into Tableau, I can use it mainly for statistical analysis or predictive analysis. If I'm going for the forecasting, or if I'm going for some kind of clustering analysis, I would be connecting with R. Now actually they have introduced many external applications. You would be able to connect with Hadoop, you would be able to connect with Python or programming. So using this manage external service connection, you can actually connect with your other integration party tools. A security, as I have already told you, once after publishing with your server, you have the user filters or dashboard data source filters. where you can go for the access level of security. So apart from that, if you want to go for row level or column level security, so that is also possible. You'd be creating different kinds of row level and column level security or a user level of security. So it would be actually a very detailed process, which would actually take more time to explain. So these are all the options where you have to go for a filter. So if I, after publishing only, I would say I'm creating a user level of security. If I have different kind of users, so I have to connect with my server or online. I think now I don't have both in this mission actually. So I have to log in, and then only I would be able to, once you have been logged in, I will just try, but it's been long I've used this. No, I think my trial period would have got ended. I have to put it again. Maybe I can show you in the real classes, but you have lot of security options, like you can define for user level, access level securities, column level and row level securities.
So let's go with some questions in the chat window people might have. Is it possible to
Okay.
explain some security or something? Is the security is there or kind of they're asking? The historical data, can we make a live stream?
Hey, actually I have answered all those questions
Okay.
here.
Does anybody have any other questions on the data visualization, data science, and Tableau related side? I have unmuted everyone. You can talk. Is anybody having any questions? So that the expert can able to answer.
Is conditional formatting is possible with the data?
Yes, conditional formatting is possible. You can create with the
Or
calculations. So you can create a calculation, then you have to put it on the form. Like for example, so you have to write a calculation, then you have to put it into the colors. So for example, if I'm putting some case based on sales information, So you can achieve it through your calculations only.
Okay.
Yes, you can integrate your own set of users. Active Directory is available when you are installing a server. So you can go for Active Directory options when installing the Tableau server. Any other questions?
Anybody has any questions?
Yeah. Will it support web service integration with Tableau?
Yes.
It's possible, right?
That's
Yeah,
possible.
it's possible.
Web service possible. So there is another question from Fayaz. You finished BCom, you want to become a data analyst. What all do I need to learn? Okay, so since he's a BCom student, he is more into data, financial data stuff, ledgers and all these things. Definitely he can become a data analyst in the IT industry as well as any other domain, which there are so many other domains you can able to work it out. Okay, so to become either if he's interested in some kind of programming, then you can just prefer over there on the developer kind of role of Hadoop or anything. But if you're not having a knowledge because you're not belong to a computer science background or computer science student where your language is not learned or the computer science language is not learned, but is it you can possible to switch over your career to the this kind of data analytical field of visualization. So there is no much programming knowledge required. It's basic fundamental programming knowledge required. But if you want to go in the machine language, you need to understand the R programming and then Java a little bit, combination of other languages. But data visualization, you can very well go for the Tableau, QLake, and all. It's very good tools for learning this. It does not having only these concepts. So it's a high level we are explaining here, right? There are many other features are there. I'll just take over the presentation desk for a few minutes. I'll just explain that. I'll make my presenter. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so for BCom student or MCom student, whatever the student, so what you have to do is this Tableau is all about the visualization, right? So you can do many things over there. So what we studied about the how the data are taken and then the graph. If you take the graph chart itself, there are hundreds of various types of graph model is there. We have to do the how to do the date format, how to do the geographical map format, heat map format, density chart format, pie chart format. For each thing, how to do the programming way also, how to do the drag and drop model, what are the ways you can able to import the data from the various sources, the MapReduce way or Hadoop way, we can able to do. What are the pivot tables? What is the sorting, groupings, everything need to be done on the dashboard creation time. So there are so many formatting is there. Tableau, dashboard formatting, and then the calculation model, how to do the calculation, formatting, publishing, aggregation, sorting, filtering, hierarchical, and then there are so many other functionalities there. It will be taking very long time to understand, but it will be around 40 hours of training program is more than enough to understand this Tableau level. So there are so many other techniques available on the deep drive, storytelling, annotation, forecasting. There are table server also there. So those kind of things also you have to understand about this end-to-end of this Tableau related side. So those things can able to understand. We have certain training programs, upcoming training programs there in the June 3rd and 4th. And there is a follow-up training happening on the 5th to 9th on daily basis on 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock or 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's a flexible time. Any time you can choose. It depends upon the team availability. So there is a certification program. This certification program will have the project work also. And there is an examination will be conducted. This program can be attended in the online basis and offline basis also. It's a classroom session. It's a 2 days, third and fourth is a classroom session, and other days is the follow-up session. somebody in the different location, somebody in Delhi or Mumbai or some other location, does not mean that you have to come to the classroom. So you can also attend through the full-fledged of end-to-end from morning to evening online basis of online session also. So that's why we are making the session through completely online as well as the classroom base. Okay, so this Tableau is one of the major software used in the across the IT industry. Try to learn this because it's going to be a future for the next 5 years. Okay, so try to learn this. That's where I just want to share with you all. So if you have any question, just ask me. So I just post this. Just give me a moment. I'll take the I'll share the form for that. Are you in a WhatsApp group? I already shared all this detail in the meetup. Let me just check. Okay, for any communication, you can just always watch in the discussion board. The discussion board, all the communications will reach you. Okay, we have upcoming trainings of Tableau certification, machine learning certifications, Hadoop certifications. The next month there is 3 different programs are there. So for to register that, you have to go to this. You have to fill the Google form. It's not for all the people. It's only for the selective people. The combination of the selective people who are really passionate, because this is a community, right? So this community we are putting over there on the passionate way of learning people only. We are trying to drive the people. So this particular training starting from the 2 days classroom and then for 5 days, and then post that there is a 2-hour session in the every weekend. On follow-up side, there is a weekend. All the Sundays will have a whoever is joined on this training, they will have the class, and then there is additional 10 hours training from the 8th to 12th. This charge is 9,500. These programs will be run under the training facility or the 4-star hotel in the like a quality in Sabri. Okay, so the material will be provided. You will be get a book material, and then e-learning access, content access will get provided, and then there are professional training from the Chennai and then the other India location, and also the follow-up training will be provided by the particular other countries like US and Europe. The people will provide from there on the particular data visualization, data science field, who are already expert on this field. Okay, that's where you can able to get this kind of knowledge. For this, you can just go ahead and fill this form over there. Based on that, you can able to apply over there. Okay, it's still there. Yesterday only the form has been published, and it's in the edit mode. I think many people are wrongly applying. So if anything you want to, you just put across in the WhatsApp group. There is a WhatsApp group is there. So there you can just there is a WhatsApp group here, the Hadoop training group. Okay. In the Hadoop training group, you can just go through the Hadoop training, what are the certifications, when it's happening, all the programs will be published over there. There you can go ahead and register. These links will be provided over there. And also you can just post the message, I want to attend the training on this particular technology, Tableau or machine learning and Hadoop certification. So that your name will be automatically taken by my team, and then they will process you, they'll put you into the right batch. Yes, FireCell you can join. So you have to apply through certain process. You have to apply through the Google form. Otherwise, you can go to apply into the Big Data Certification.in. There you can also apply what are the courses you are preferring to join. You can just go and apply over there. Okay. So you have to log in first. Once you log in, it will say showcase you to apply over there. Here you can find all other courses. What are the things are we are providing in the for the big data community. So this chapter is for big data community chapter. This website is for the big data community training providing facility. Okay. So we have upcoming session on the machine learning. Machine learning side also you can learn. And then there is a Hadoop developer certification you can learn. Tableau certification you can learn. Okay. That's where we are operating. This outside market there will be very high charges, but we are charging for the very less cost. Not for money purpose we are not doing. It's passionate way we are doing. Okay. Thanks for understanding. We'll meet up on the next week. If anybody has any question, post in the group or post in the WhatsApp. Okay, we'll try to reply. Thanks all.
you.